The sun left me. Oh, it's pretty dark. Is it too dark? Hi, I'm Mira, an illustrator and designer from Berlin, and today I wanted to show you how I created these illustrated magnets with a 3D printer. Some of you might have already seen them in my online shop. I have a shop in which I sell my art prints and stickers and postcards and stuff like this made from paper, which I produce in my studio by myself. You can see a bit about my workflow and stuff like that in my last vlog. I had this idea stuck in my head for a long time now, and it is working with a 3D printer and trying to illustrate with it. Basically the first product idea I had for this was creating magnets, illustrated magnets, very simple. The first step that I took was choosing a design, and I already have a sticker set in my shop called Happy Fruit, and yeah, I decided to go with these designs, and so I used the original sticker design as a base and turned them into simpler versions. To print them. So that's what I did. I illustrated simpler versions of the fruit designs. I also created these designs with only 3 colors, because printing with several colors creates more waste, as you will see later on. I illustrated the designs as vector shapes on my iPad in Adobe Fresco and then imported them into Adobe Illustrator to clean up the files. To turn this 2D file into a 3D object, my partner, who is a 3D product designer, helped me. We loaded the prepared file into a 3D software and created an extruded shape from the outline of the design. So the illustrated parts with the different colors are only a thin layer on top of the magnet. The rest is a kind of base in one solid color. Again, you will see later on why this makes more sense instead of having all colors go through all layers. Once everything was looking good, we loaded the file into the software from our printer. The shape has an empty space on the bottom side into which I can glue the magnet. After a bit of experimenting with the printer, I decided to print the designs face down. This way, the front surface of the magnet has the slight structure from the printing plate instead of the structure the 3D printer creates. I personally prefer this structure from the plate, as it creates a sparkly effect in the light. Here you can see how the printer builds up the shape. It starts with a solid layer on the bottom, which will be the front of the magnet, and after that it creates a fill structure instead of filling out the whole shape. This makes the magnet lighter and of course saves material. In case you're not familiar with 3D printers, this is how they work. The material the printer uses is called filament. There are different kinds. I use PLA, which is a kind of plastic which can be made from cornstarch, for example, and which makes it theoretically biodegradable. The filament comes in spools like this. You insert the filament into your printer and it automatically pulls it into the printing nozzle. This nozzle is heated up and melts the filament. The printer can now kind of draw with the liquid filament. It dries and hardens pretty quickly, so the printer can create shapes and build layers onto each other to create objects. The printing bed is also heated up. Because of this, the finished print sticks slightly to the plate. And now to the last step, gluing in the magnets. And finally, I sorted the magnets into sets. And look how cute they turned out. And here you can see the whole process again for the smiley magnets. If you want to print with multiple colors, you need an AMS, Automated Material System. This is a kind of storage into which you can put 4 filament spools and from which the printer can automatically pull in the material without any action required from you. For the next design I need a new color, so I'm simply switching out one spool. And yes, this always feels like taking a baking tray of cookies out of the oven. The little rectangle you can see here is the so-called purge tower. It helps to get cleaner prints if you print with multiple colors. And this here is the reason why I want to avoid printing with too many different colors and why I print the 3 color designs only on the first few layers and not all the way through. Every time the printer switches the filament or color, it extrudes a bit of filament to purge what is left in the nozzle. This way it avoids mixing colors and having traces of the old color in it when it should start with the new color. But since the printer is printing layer after layer and each layer has multiple colors, it has to switch colors a lot. These purges are also called poop. They look kind of funny, but essentially they are waste. But there are some companies that collect this waste and also misprints and actually recycle the waste into new filament. I will definitely send my waste to a company like that once I have collected a large enough amount for it being useful. And because it took me so long to edit this video, I'm already on a new project with the 3D printer. Let me know if you want to see behind the scenes of this as well.